Lent is a time to slow down, to check in with ourselves. But if we're honest, sometimes we don't want to. I don't. Because when I slow down, we start to hear things we'd rather ignore. Things about ourselves, about the world around us, about what God is calling us to do. That's exactly what's happening in today's readings. In Jeremiah 7, God is practically begging his people, just listen to me, follow my voice, and things will go well for you. But they don't. They tune him out. And in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus drives out a demon. And instead of celebrating, people get suspicious. How do we know he's not working for the devil? Some demand more proof. Others just don't want to even believe. It's the same old pattern that we see in the scriptures. God speaks, people resist, and hearts are hardened. When we look around what's happening in the world and even in this country, this isn't just an ancient problem. It's real for us now. Here in the metropolitan area of Washington, D.C., we see how easy it is to tune things out. The news is exhausting. Governance feels like a mess. People's economic stability feels volatile. And people are either arguing endlessly or avoiding it altogether. And when life feels overwhelming, the last thing we want is to let God challenge us too. But that's exactly what Lent is for, to wake us up, to soften our hearts. Earlier this week, the church marked the memorial of Saint Oscar Romero, which is on the date of his death, March 24th. And if anyone knew what it meant to listen to God, particularly when it was uncomfortable, it was him. When Saint Oscar Romero first became Archbishop of San Salvador, he was more cautious. He didn't want to stir the waters too much. But when he saw the suffering of his people, the corruption, the injustice, he couldn't stay quiet. He spoke out for the poor, even when people, some of them close to him, told him to stop. He spoke up, but he paid the price of his life. He was assassinated while celebrating Mass. Several months before he died, he said in a homily, "Let us not tire of preaching love. It is the force that will overcome the world." Love. Not power, not fear, not indifference. Love is what changes the world. Lent isn't just about personal reflection and perfection. It's about opening our ears, opening our eyes, and deciding we're not going to live with hardened hearts. St. Oscar Romero refused to turn away. Jesus refused to turn away. And if we take Lent seriously, we won't turn away either. There's a lot going on in the world now, and it can make us cynical, tired, or even indifferent. But faith isn't about staying comfortable. Faith moves us to listen, to love, to act. So let's continue this Lenten journey with an honest heart. What's God been saying to you that you've been trying to ignore? Because God is still speaking. The question is, are we listening?